Hey everyone, we are going to try another Strat football commentary. We have the SOMIFA playoff games between the New York Jets and the Tampa Bay Bucs. We're going to join it in progress in the third quarter. I haven't really been paying attention to the game, so let's see how it is going. Let's see, that's not the right thing. We don't want that. We want this. So, that's right. No, that was right. All right, it's 20-17. The Jets are on top. Let's see if I can put the football card image up here, have it work. And let's see, get the pass rush matchup. Tom just scored another touchdown. Obviously, I don't know. We can check what happened by looking at the box score, but it looks like Tampa Bay was leading 17-13 at halftime, and New York scored two third-quarter touchdowns, a 16-yard run by Reggie Bush with 10:48 to go, and that 11-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Luck to DeAndre Hopkins now puts them up 27-17 with 7:12 to go in the third quarter. Now, obviously, I missed some big plays. Let's see how that looks. Is that looking right? Oh, that's looking funky. So let's change the screen share to one thing. Let's try to make, oh, there we go. Okay, we had an incomplete pass there. Romo to, let's try that thing again if we can do. Working on trying to get the technical difficulties worked out. If I close all the browsers, maybe we can try that again. Close. Sorry guys, this is okay, and we're back, and I'm going to try to share the entire screen. How does it do that? That doesn't seem right. Just have to share the football game. Okay, the Jets force a punt, so the spreadsheet master is doing his thing, and if he can move the ball here and eat up some more clock, he could put a lot of pressure on Tim. Let's see who else is watching here. Try to check my buddy list to see who else is online. Okay, we got a pitch out to Reggie Bush. Looks like there was a penalty on the play offside. So 1st and 5, 5:42 to go in the third quarter. The Jets up 27-17, and they have the ball. Now remember, Tom, we talked about Tom's season before, that it was pretty amazing that he was able to make the playoffs with an undermanned team. But obviously he did his homework and he prepared, and he's gotten some good luck so far. So it's 27-17. 2nd down and 5. Let's go check something out here. So if I turn on my Reggie Bush off tackle left picks up the first down with a 7-yard gain. 1st and 10, the Jets on their own 43, 4:30 to go in the third quarter. All right, we got Tom goes in his 2 tight end set. That's his favorite set in this in SOMIFA with his team. Screen right to Reggie Bush. Picks up 7 yards off Andrew Luck's guest right flat card. I wish I could share the whole screen. That way we wouldn't have, you'd be able to see the card result for yourself. But the way it works is it shares a window, and that window happens to, it can be just the card image, but then you're not seeing the game itself. So this will have to do. We got a quick out left. Tom is going after those 0 outside linebackers that Tim uses. Let's look at check the injuries, see if we miss any major injuries. It looks like the Jets are missing Rodney Hudson and Roy Miller, and Tampa Bay's lost Jarius Wright and Bruce Irvin. So I'd say they're pretty equal on the injuries. Tim's look a little bit more serious to me. Losing that outside linebacker and Bruce Irvin to go from a 4 to a 0 is pretty devastating, especially when you have somebody that runs the 2 tight end set where they can now throw to either their halfback or the second tight end and be matched up with a 0 in both cases. Makes it tough on Tim to double team. So 3:18 to go in the third, 27-17. Okay, we had a 0-man in zone on a 3 roll. Picked up +8. Tim was very close to a sack there. He had 24 points of pass rush against the no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he had 24 points of pass rush when he needed 31 or above. Another Tim, Tom is just working the screens, left, right. Reggie Bush again hits the 0-man in zone card with a 6 LB rule and hits a short gain. So that was a pickup of looks like 17 yards or so, maybe less. Problem is I can't see my other screen. It was we got an offsides call. It looks like the Reggie Bush screen pass was for 15 yards. We had an offsides call setting up a 1st and 15. The New York Jets just outside the Tampa Bay's red zone at their 22-yard line. Let's see what the play call is. Got a pass to Reggie Bush with Tim double teaming Kobe Fleener with the safety. It goes to the defender X or +12, and of course those 2 outside linebackers are 0s. So 2nd down and 3. Tim decides to show blitz. Tom's really putting the pressure on. It looks like Tim's having trouble stopping him with the injuries and with Tom's play calling. 2nd and 3. The Jets leading 27-17. He does bring the free safety blitz. It is a pass to Kobe Fleener for the touchdown. 10 yards. Andrew Luck hits Kobe Fleener. 33, soon to be 34-17. That was the guest right roll of 7 on Andrew Luck's card. So even a double team, that would have been a completion. Well, this is a little bit surprising. I thought the Jets would give them a close game, but it looks like the Bucs are having one of those bad rolling games. But as we know from the Seahawks game, it's not over yet. It's a lot of football to go. So Tampa Bay takes over. Tony Romo, LaShawn McCoy, Vernon Davis, Mercedes Lewis, Victor Cruz, Antonio Brown. He's got all of his key skill players still available. He has a very fine offensive line. Like I said, I hadn't been watching the game earlier, so I don't know what he's doing, if he's going after the flats or if he's trying to throw it down the field. But so far, it looks like Tom's forcing quite a few punts. So let's check the ball possession chart while we're waiting. Let's see. It looks like the Tampa Bay started off punt, touchdown, field goal. So they were red hot before the half. Their last 3 possessions before the half, they got 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and then they followed that up with 2 punts in the third quarter. The Jets, on the other hand, went punt, touchdown, punt, field goal, and they've scored touchdowns on 3 consecutive possessions in the third quarter to open up that 17-point lead. Looks like we have another injury. This time it's on the Jets. The strong safety's gone out. Let's see how long he's out for. Out for the game. Will not be available in overtime. That would be the only thing. It was Mark Barron, the 4-rated strong safety. So Tim grabs 30 yards of field position on a 0-man in zone hit. The 6LB rule raising its ugly head again. And it is 2nd down and 7. The Bucs have it on the Jets' 35-yard line. So I couldn't tune into this game earlier since, family time, dinner, and all that good stuff. The boys were with me on that little short view of the Vikings and Dallas Cowboys game. Congratulations, Zeb. So this should be interesting to see if Tim can make one of those dramatic comebacks like the Seahawks did yesterday. Picked up another first down, this time on a LaShawn McCoy flat pass guessed wrong. Pick up 7 yards. So we have 1st and 10 on the Jets' 28-yard line. Slant to Mercedes Lewis, who is being double teamed. Nice call by Tom. 2nd and 10. $13:30 left in the fourth quarter. The Bucs have to score here and start getting the Jets offense off the field. The Jets offense has put up 34 points, and it looks like they have not had too much trouble moving the ball today. LaShawn McCoy's card, of course, is chocked full of good runs, good hits. Tim looks like he's going for a long pass, and he hits it. Defensive back in zone X or long gain. It was a 5, so even Mark Barron, if he wouldn't have gotten injured, that he wouldn't have been the defensive man in zone anyway. That's the free safety. So when you got a 0 free safety, that's what happens sometimes. So we have a 10-point game now with 13-12 left in the fourth quarter. Certainly looks a lot brighter for Tim. Now it's going to be a matter of if Andrew Luck can move the chains and eat up more clock. 13 minutes left. That's a lot of time. You're going to get at least 2 possessions, probably 3 if you're Tim. But you need to stop the Jets. The Jets, Jets. There's a guess wrong in run on an 11 on the D card that goes for a -1 yards. 2nd and 11. That's kind of what Tim needed. But you need to mix in some calls. You can't always depend on the dice or the cards. Sometimes you got to make that great call, maybe a double team. If Tim could get a turnover here, that could certainly change the complexion of the game. But right now it is 34-24 Jets, 12:18 to go in the fourth, 2nd down and 11. So let's look at the box score. Got a curl to Julio Jones, and it is intercepted. Oh my goodness! I think I jinxed Tom. D card, 3-man in zone. There goes that ugly 9, and it hit the split. It was either 2 through 5, 11 and 12, but it hit the 3. So this is going to make things interesting. Hang on, viewers. The Bucs have the ball back, and they're in the red zone. But let's look at that. This is kind of see what kind of day LaShawn McCoy's had. He's carried the ball 18 times for 94 yards and a touchdown. Romo has thrown the ball 24 times. That was a good double team there by Tom. It was a short pass to Vernon Davis, and Tom had him correctly double teamed. 2nd and 10 at the Jet 17. So even if Tim, the worst thing for Tim would be to turn the ball over. He wants to just try to get the touchdown, but if you can't, then go ahead and take the field goal. And there is a nice chunk, short gain by LaShawn McCoy on his card for 15 yards. It sets up a 1st and goal at the 2. This, folks, has suddenly gotten interesting. That 17-point lead is about to be cut to 3. Tom doesn't have very good ratings. He's running a 4.3, so if I was Tim, I'd just pound it up the middle. Even with a man in zone, it's a 4-rated linebacker. Tom takes a chance and keys Frank Summers, but it's an off tackle to McCoy, and it's a touchdown. So that makes it 34-31, 10:48 to go. So it's a tough call, just like the Packers yesterday. They went super conservative, and the Seahawks took advantage of that in the NFL. Here in SOMIFA, the Jets decided to keep, to stay aggressive, and they threw that pick. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So 10:48 to go in the game. The Jets will take over at their 20-yard line. They need to get some first downs. They really need to get on the board again. Even a long drive with a field goal would put some pressure on Tim and make him have to get a touchdown to win the game. So let's see what happens. Gets wrong and run Reggie Bush. He's looking for that 4 roll to hit the long gain, but he hit the 5. Even when he gets wrong, that's a -1. Let's look at Reggie Bush. What has his day been like? He's carried the ball 12 times for 57 yards. I would it's tough. You want to. I think that 4 is a good thing to shoot for, but when you have Andrew Luck, you're tempted to just put the game on his shoulders. So we got 2nd and 11 at the 19. It is a screen past the Bush and another first down. Man, that's huge. The outside linebackers on these teams, if you added all their ratings up, you might not get to double digits. That's how these guys are living in the flat so much. And I'm talking about all 4. So we have 2 zeros in the game for the Bucs, and I think Tom's got a couple of 4s. So that's where these guys are attacking. Okay, 1st down and 10. It was a flat pass to Luck. He went after it again. Didn't go on the D cards this time, and it was incomplete on Luck's card on a 4 roll. 2nd and 10, 9:36 to go. Jets with the ball up 3. But just a few minutes ago, they were up 17. Oh, another end run, 0-man in zone, blocking back +3 or -3. And, of course, when you run the 2 tight end set, it was a guess right call that Tim did guess run that time. The sad thing is it was a white die 6. So if he would have kept throwing a flat pass, that's a +20, I believe. Maybe a +16. Let me see the – right, the 10 roll is +20. So, yeah, I was right the first time. Okay. This is a key 3rd down here. Tom's had some bad luck. 3rd and 13. It was like Tim's going to a 4-1-6, which is an interesting call. Well, if you have 0 outside linebackers, why not get rid of them? But that means you could run guess strong, but maybe he'll run Andrew Luck and run, or try to hit one of those flats. But Tim's going to bring some guys down. So do you go over the top? A lot of choices here. 9 minutes left, 3rd and 13. A lot of times on these 3rd and 13s, these odd yardages in the modern game, you're not going to get those +15s, +16s, +17s that used to show up on the quarterback cards in the 60s and 70s and 80s. So you're almost better off throwing that flat pass and hoping you connect there. Tom did go to a curl to Julio Jones, and it was incomplete. So I was on the D card on the 3 roll, 4-man in zone. If he would have gone flat there, that would have been a +7 or +8, I believe, since it was depending on the defender, either +2, +8. I think that's what it is with 0 men. So Tom is punting. He's going to leave it up to his porous defense. 8 minutes left. Tim has to be really liking how this is turning around. There's the punt. Sam Martin hit the deep. Good thing it wasn't a +10. Oh, and Tim hits the touchdown. Look at that. Antonio Brown and his band of renown take the ball 82 yards for a punt return touchdown, and that 17-point lead. That's why games are never over in Strat. It can turn around so damn quick. The 21 points that Tom put up in the third quarter has now been matched with 21 points by Tim in the fourth quarter, and there's still 8 minutes to go. Here's the kickoff. The Jets get the ball. What are their return cards like? Nice, solid plus 29 from Michael James. So now it's a 4-point lead for the Bucs. The Jets trailing 34-38 with the ball at the 29-yard line. Tim needs to put together a drive here, and it has to end in the end zone for him to take the lead. Does he go back to attacking the flats? Does he try to hit that end run? You know, Tim has a 4 out there at the defensive end, and he's not moving his linebacker up. So maybe he tries to hit one of the edges on the D card. Let's see what we got here. Looks like a sideline right to DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete. Hit Andrew Luck's receiver roll on a 9, followed up by an 8 on the receiver right. That's what you want when you have 2-0 onside linebackers. You don't want that. You really don't want to land on the D card with that 6. Here goes Tom again with the pitch out left to Reggie Bush. An exact same situation. 2nd and 10. He hits the 10 roll, blocking back +3 or -3, and with no blocking back in there, you're now set up another 3rd and 13. Let's see what kind of defense Tim puts out there. Will he go 4-1-6 again? He left those 2 flats open, but I don't know. He's going 3-3-5. It looks like. And Tom has Reggie Bush to shoot for, covered by a 0. Andre Caldwell to shoot for, covered by a 4. If he wants to go over the top, I think Bush can go deep. He does go to Caldwell. Here's the pass. It is a dump off for +6 on Luck's card. So that sets up a 4th and 7. He's got a punt. 7 minutes left. There's still time if you can get a stop. But man, that's a rash of fourth quarter bad luck for a team that wasn't favored coming in by most coaches, but had did a great job up to that point. Maybe I jinxed him by tuning in as a spectator and starting to record this. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right, back to the game. 1st and 15 after a 5-yard penalty. That was not a good play result, too. It was a -1, I believe. So here we go. I almost wish the penalty didn't happen. Would have eaten up another carry from McCoy. Okay, we got a short pass to McCoy versus 3-man in zone, and it's a hit for +12 on the 9 roll. A bad split there, and that's an interception, and we're going back the other way. But the roll was a 7, even on 4-man in zone. It's incomplete, so it wouldn't have been a pick either way. 2nd and 3, 6 minutes to go. Button hook to McCoy, double team McCoy. Great call by Tom. 5 roll on the quarterback's card. That would have been +5 on a first down if he got it right. Now, what do you do here? Look at that. Tom's defensive line is 0-4-0-4. Do you just run it behind that big 5-6-5 left side of the formation? Or do you throw a flat? Romo's card's good this year, but it's not like the flat, the guess right flat pass he's had in other seasons. It's just above average instead of being great. So 3rd and 3 is a run. It's a run call on the defense +5, but a flag is down. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Jets. That's going to move the ball into field goal territory, near field goal territory at the 36-yard line. Big penalty. That's got to be a heartbreaker for Tom. Now we need – it's a good thing he called run, though. If he would have called pass there, it would have been +30 on McCoy's card. You got a 6-yard run to McCoy to take it down to the 30-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 4. So they the Bucs are definitely in field goal range now. Okay, 2nd and 4. 38-34 Tampa Bay. Do or die time for the Jets. They need to stop here, at least to force a field goal. It's an off tackle to McCoy. So it's a run call. The result is a 9, offensive end, +7 or +2. And Mercedes Lewis 5 roll, just missed making that a first down. It was a white die 6. So we have 3rd and 2, 28-yard line. Are you going to get conservative here? Or are you going to throw it and risk the turnover? I think he's going to run again, but I definitely could be wrong. Tom's got a better feel for it as he's been obviously watching his calls all game. But if I was Tim, I would just hope for a D card reading, stuff it up the middle, 2 yards against a 4-3 with 2 zeros and 2 4s on the line. That's a gimme, unfortunately, for Tom. So here's the call. Off tackle by McCoy. It is going to be stopped. Oh, my. +1 on a 5 roll. Guessed wrong. That's the only 5 and 11 on McCoy's card are the only results that don't make it. So what is Tim going to do here? 4th and 1, up by 4, 3:54 left in the game. Do you kick a field goal to go up by 6, or do you go ahead and try to pick up this first down? You know me, I'll go for it. But Tim's all about playing the percentages. He goes for the field goal. The kick is up, the kick is good. Now Tom's got to be happy about that, ecstatic. There's a chance to tie the game. 41-34. I think Tom predicted a high-scoring game, so he was right about that. Okay, Michael James caught it. He has a good return card, so Tom brings it out. But unfortunately, it hits the kicker's return number on 7 for +18. So 18-yard line, 3:18 to go. Tampa Bay 41, New York Jets 34. An exciting game of Stratomatic football. And we'll see how this announcing thing does. I might even try to announce my own game, although that's probably fraught with terror. Let's see. First and 10. Tom's consulting his spreadsheets. He's looking for that miracle combination of calls to get the ball down the field into the end zone. You know he's going to go to tight end again. It's too early to go 4 wideout, and his 3rd and 4th wideouts don't really do much anyway, Stephen Hill and Andre Caldwell. Although Stephen Hill does have the dot, he can go deep, go all the way from anywhere on the field, so that's something to consider. But we got DeAndre Hopkins, Zach Ertz, Kobe Fleener, and Julio Jones as his skill players with Reggie Bush in the backfield. Tim is responding with, is it too early to go 3-3-5? No, he is going 3-3-5. I guess in the last 5 minutes, I think you can go 3-3-5 in this league. It's a bomb to DeAndre Hopkins with 2-minute zone, incomplete. Lucky is incomplete instead of a pick. But it was on Luck's card on a 5 roll. If that would have been a 4, man, 4 is a good thing for Tom. He needs that long gain on Reggie Bush end run or the long gain on Luck's card. So that was close to being a juicy play. 2nd and 10. Tim's being slightly conservative by pulling those 2 men back in the zone. But Tom has 4 credible receivers. Fleener has a max of 44. We got a slant pass to Kobe Fleener with Tim double teaming Reggie Bush. So this could be good for Tom. Should hopefully move the chains. Nope, it's a dump off. 11 roll on the quarterback's card. which if it would have been on the D card, 11, that's plus 16. So 3rd and 10, it's a tough situation. Let's see how the elite quarterback Andrew Luck's done today. Andrew Luck has been throwing the ball a ton, 29 for 50, 29 to 54, 300 yards, 53% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and a pick with a long of 27. So Romo's had the better day, and he's throwing a lot less. But that's what's going to happen when you have Sean McCoy you have to worry about. So Tom brings in Stanley Havili with his 5 pass block rating. Throws a short pass looking for Zach Ertz, but it's incomplete. Now what do you do? 4th and 10, 2:24 left. You got to go for it here. I mean, with that defense, that's weak, and it's going to be tough to get Tim to punt, even though you have 3 timeouts. You got to go, and Tom is going for it. Here we go. This is pretty much the ball game, although never say never. 4th and 10. 2 tight end set versus 3-3-5. Tom would have got a hit on either 4, 5, 7 on the quarterback card. Will he go deep? Will he? He's not going to run. Although, man, I didn't run against those zeros. If I had a better running back card, that's something to consider. Andrew Luck, he ran the ball today. That's something to look at because he could do nicely on an end run. Let's see. Looks like the call is in. It's a slant to Kobe Fleener. He's not being doubled. As a matter of fact, his coverage assignment is gone, but it's incomplete again. That looks like that was on Luck's card on the 6th roll. So 4, 5, or 7 would have hit for the first down, but he rolled a 6. That's too bad for Tom. This game should be over here. We have already 1 spectator dropping out. Also note there was an injury on that play, but it's probably meaningless at this point. Now, if you're Tim, you just run it up the gut with your lowest fumble running back. Although at 2:06, it's kind of a fun time to throw a pass, knowing that he's probably going to be focused on the running card, and the clock's going to stop anyway. So you don't have that big risk of stopping the clock with an incomplete pass that you normally would when you're trying to run out the clock, because the clock is going to stop anyway, no matter what play you call. So here we go. 1st and 10. Tom desperately needs a turnover. Wow, it's amazing how quickly this game turned around from 34-17 to 41-34 in a matter of moments. So Romo ran it on a sneak, picked up 3 yards, a 2nd and 7. Looks like we're having some technical stuff, so we'll stop the screen share and talk a little bit about the game. It's been a good game. I feel bad for Tom. It's going to be a crushing defeat. That is almost as bad as the Green Bay Packers yesterday in the NFL. I think I can safely stop broadcasting now, but let me see if they get hooked up again. Just a brutal 4th quarter. That's like the 4th quarter of dread. Let me see. Pop the game back up and see if I can connect. Now, when you're watching a game, you probably want to give them a few minutes to get set up before you join. Let's see if that's ready. There we go. So we'll go back to screen share. See where we're at. 2nd and 7 still, so we're good. Still another spectator joined. Well, maybe that was me. Here we go. What will the call be? 2nd and 7. You really got. He's going to run it with Romo, McCoy, Summers, or Turin. That is it. That is what the play is going to be. He goes off tackle with McCoy. McCoy gets stopped for no gain. That was a 0 roll right. If you guessed wrong, that's a short gain. So good call by Tom. But Tim's going to continue to play it safe, and I don't blame him. Another run here, kick a field goal. Unless you get a quick touchdown and recover the onside kick, there's not much hope here. But wouldn't this be something if we saw a repeat of what happened yesterday in improbable fashion? First things first, you got to get a stop here. McCoy's has the lowest fumble rating, so he had 6 out of 1,000 chances of fumble, even guessed right. Keyed would go up to like 9 or 12 or something like that, probably 12. So you don't want to key because a guessed wrong call, you're giving up the first down, or guessed wrong card, you're likely giving up the first round on one of the other running backs. It's a pitch out to McCoy, and he picks up 4 yards, guessed wrong. So it was a white die 1. The containment was in effect for all of Tom's linebackers. So here comes the chippy field goal. The other thing is if the field goal gets shanked, a 12 roll probably at this case is the only way to miss it. And it's not a 12. It is a 7. So here's the kickoff. It's going to be a touchback. So Tom needs to make up 10 points in 1:37 with 1 timeout left. Yeah, that's rough. Let's see. I wonder if we can get Tom on afterward for an interview. That would be something like right out of the networks. Tim has to be ecstatic. Being down 17 points in the 4th quarter, looking like your season was over, rallying for a touchdown drive, an interception deep in opponent's territory led to another touchdown, and then a punt return touchdown from Antonio Brown, Snake Eyes. Finally, we see an end run to Andrew Luck. Looks like we had another injury on that play. Who went out? Julio Jones. That's not good. So now you have to make your comeback with Stephen Hill, which might be better in a weird way. He'll stop double teaming him probably. He's just going to leave his 2 guys in zone. Go deep. See if you can hit Luck's 4 roll or Reggie Bush's 4 roll. Guess wrong will be a long gain. But he hit his 7 roll plus 5. Did not get out of bounds, so Tom's going to call timeout, I believe. Or spike the ball, one of the two. No, he does neither. He goes hurry up. So 1:07 left. You got to hope for that 4. 4's got to come. Deep to Luck, deep on Luck's card, or guess wrong on Bush's card. 4 is what he needs. Quick slant to Kobe Fleener. So he's looking for the 0-minute zone, but Kobe Fleener was being double teamed. So that prevented a 13-yard gain, and instead it's an incomplete pass. The result in the card was -1 or -3, or -1 or +3, and the defender made the play. Crossing pattern to DeAndre Holmes. 11 roll plus 11, first down, 41 yards. Did not get out of bounds again. That's bad luck. So you got to spike it here or use a timeout. No time to waste. What you could do is try to get into field goal territory. He only needs 30 yards to get into field goal territory and kick the field goal and try to get the onside kick and give yourself 2 or 3 plays where you can hope for a miracle. (44-34). Tampa Bay over the Jets. 2 tight end set still versus a 3-3-5. fly to Stephen Hill. Now this could be good if you land a Lux card on the 4. That's really what you need. D card is bad. And it's neither. It is Lux card on a 12. No bueno. Y gracias para venir para los escuchandos de habla español. We're simulcasting in Spanish on our SAP channel, so join in over there. 2nd and 10, 30-yard play, field goal. You got to get out of bounds too. That would give you about 22 seconds left to try to recover the onside kick. Bomb to DeAndre Hopkins, double team. That's no good. +8 though on a dump off, out of bounds finally. And that sets up a 3rd and 2. I still think you gotta try to hit that Bush card. Well, that timeout's gone, so here we go. Maybe it didn't get out of bounds. No, he did get out of bounds. Comes that timeout. Oh yeah, he got used it on the +11. Okay, so 49-yard line. He's 20 yards, and he's running out of time. Really, one more hit, a Bush end run or a Luck bomb is about your only hope here. It's slim to none. Slim's sitting outside the stadium trying to get back in because he heard some cheering. Okay, quick out to Zach Ertz. Picks up the 1st down, but it's not going to help you. He's going to have to spike the ball. Takes it down to 22 seconds. And now even a Russell Wilson-led miracle drive is not going to happen. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Bucs that advance to the semifinal rounds. They join the Dallas Cowboys as 2 of this year's semifinalists in the SOMIFA playoffs. Tomorrow night is game 3 of the 4-game quarterfinals. That will be the San Francisco 49ers facing off to see if they can advance. And their opponent's slipping my mind at the moment. Oh, the Tennessee Titans, the #1 seed. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do anything like this for that game. Even this, like I can only do it for a short time for Paul's game and a short time for Tom and Tim's game. So Dale and Paul had a good game going as well that we were able to watch for a little bit, but it got out of hand late. This kind of game followed the same pattern. It was actually very exciting. And we got Tom lining up for him 40 from the 40 for a long field goal, but that's not going to make it. Would have had to hit snake eyes in order to go in. This is going to be the final. 44-34. Romo's going to take a knee, and that is your ball game. So there you go, guys. There's our test of the SOMIFA playoff. I'm going to stop broadcasting now. Congratulations to Tim. Congratulations to Zeb, who won games today. And congratulations to Dale and to Tom. They had great seasons. When you get in the playoffs, some crazy stuff happens. So I've had some really bad luck myself. And sometimes the dice are kind and sometimes they're unkind. You just got to go with the flow. All right, guys. Good luck to the 2 teams tomorrow, and we'll talk to you guys later.